You know that pigeon you see on the sidewalk or the robin that lands in your backyard? Well, I promise over the next 2 minutes, we're going to completely change how you see them. Because we're not just talking about, well, birds. We're talking about one of the most incredible survivors in the entire history of our planet. So let's just start with this big, kind of wild question. What if the dinosaurs never actually went extinct? I mean, what if instead of being totally wiped out 65 million years ago, they, they just changed? Well, here's the absolute truth. They didn't. Dinosaurs are alive, they're well, and they are all around you. They're the birds. And today, we're going to dive into the biological superpowers that prove it once and for all. All right, so to really get how they've survived for a mind-boggling 65 million years, we've got to start with the hardware. I mean, the incredible bodies they're working with. These things are absolute masterpieces of evolutionary engineering. Okay, just look at the difference here. Our bones, solid, dense, pretty heavy. A bird's bones, on the other hand, are just a marvel of engineering. They're mostly hollow, and they're reinforced with these internal struts, kind of like the frame of an airplane. These air bones, as they're called, strike this perfect balance. They're incredibly lightweight for flight, but they're also super strong enough to handle all the stress. So you've got this ultralight frame, right? But what about the engine powering it? Well, get this. It's basically a biological turbocharger. I'm talking about a respiratory system that is so efficient, it just leaves ours completely in the dust. You see, unlike us with our simple in and out breathing, birds have this amazing one-way system. It uses a series of air sacs, and the air flows through their lungs in this continuous loop. Now, here's the really crucial part. They pull oxygen out of the air when they inhale and when they exhale. Think about that. It's double the efficiency. It's a genuine superpower that lets them do things like fly at super high altitudes where the air is way too thin for us. Okay, so we've got an ultralight body, a supercharged engine. What's next? Well, their next superpower is all about how they see the world around them. And let me tell you, their vision is absolutely incredible. So we humans, we have 3 types of color receptive cones in our eyes, right? For red, green, and blue. Birds, they have 4. And that one extra cone, it makes them tetrachromatic, and it changes literally everything about how they see the world. Yeah, that one extra cone means they can see combinations and shades of color that we can't even begin to imagine. It's a whole different reality. But wait, that's not even their biggest secret weapon when it comes to vision. They have a whole other channel of sight. That 4th cone, it lets most birds see ultraviolet light. This is a part of the spectrum that is totally, completely invisible to us. For a bird, though, it unlocks this hidden layer of reality. It's almost like their world is an augmented reality display, just full of crucial information for survival. So how does this actually play out in the real world? Well, imagine you're a hawk. To you, the world isn't just grass and dirt. A vole's urine trail, totally invisible to us, reflects UV light. So for that hawk, it glows like a bright neon sign, basically pointing an arrow straight to its next meal. And it's not just for hunting either. For a smaller bird, like a finch, this UV vision is like a built-in grocery store scanner. You see, the waxy coating on the ripest, juiciest berries shines brightest in UV light. It's like nature has put a little glowing sticker on them that says, "Eat me." It's this secret code written all over everything. Okay, so their senses are off the charts. But what about their tools? Because a bird's beak, it is so much more than just a mouth. Think of it like a highly specialized, perfectly adapted multi-tool. Okay, take the crossbill, for example. At first glance, its beak just looks kind of weird, right? The tips actually cross over each other. But that strange design, it's the perfect key for a very specific lock. It lets the bird expertly pry open the scales of a pine cone to get at those tasty seeds hidden deep inside. Or how about the kingfisher? Its long, dagger-like beak is a total marvel of hydrodynamic engineering. It's shaped perfectly to cut through the water with almost no resistance and to absorb that huge impact when it dives headfirst at high speed. It lets them spear a fish with just pinpoint precision. It's amazing. So, let's recap. They've got these incredible bodies, unbelievable senses, and perfectly designed tools. But maybe, just maybe, their most mind-bending ability of all is their built-in navigation system. This is what allows for some of the most epic journeys in the entire animal kingdom. I mean, we are talking about journeys that literally span continents, 4,000 kilometers. And get this, That's often just a typical one-way trip for a lot of these birds. And they do it twice a year with such pinpoint accuracy that they often return to the exact same spot. Seriously, how on earth is that even possible? Well, they don't just have one trick up their sleeve. They have an entire GPS toolkit. For one, they can apparently see the Earth's magnetic field. Yeah, you heard that right. They use the sun's position as a compass, and they can even correct for the time of day. At night, they just navigate by the stars. And somehow, all of this data gets pulled together into what scientists think is this incredibly sophisticated internal. And here's the last incredible piece of that migration puzzle. How do you possibly stay safe on a journey that can take weeks? You sleep with one eye open. And I mean that literally. It's a thing called unihemispheric sleep. A bird can shut down one half of its brain to rest, while the other half stays completely awake and alert, keeping one eye open, always watching for predators. Okay, so it's pretty clear these animals are, well, incredible. So how can we take all this and actually use it to better appreciate them, maybe right in our own backyards? I've got a few simple tips for you to see these amazing survivors in action. First off, just listen. Seriously. What you're hearing out there isn't just random noise. There's a whole language going on. You've got songs. Those are the complex, beautiful melodies, usually for attracting a mate or defending a territory. And then you have calls, the shorter chirps and little alerts, which are more for warnings or just keeping in touch with everyone. And when you're out there watching, just remember a few simple things. Give them their space, Respect their personal bubbles so they don't see you as a threat. Move slowly, move quietly. The more you learn about their habits, the better you'll get at seeing them without disturbing them. It's all about that mutual respect. So that brings us to the big takeaway here, the really crucial question. Now that you know all this, the next time you look out your window and see a bird, what are you really going to see? Are you just going to see a simple little animal? Or are you going to see a direct descendant of the mighty dinosaurs, a 65-million-year-old survivor, flying on hollow bones, powered by a biological turbocharger, seeing a hidden world of color we can't even dream of, and navigating the entire globe with a built-in GPS? Yeah, the dinosaurs never left. You just have to know where to look.